While waiting for the final materials that we will be commenting, I believe every jury member can make their opinions heard publicly. We've spent quite a lot of time discussing them. Myself, I would like to share the outcomes of our work that we are doing on urban development as well as programming component of wider activities of ours, because we are not talking only about infrastructure. We are talking about the way federal territory is developing in the integrative programs. I'd like to use this opportunity to make an announcement, something we have prepared for whole of the school year, about the establishment of the state autonomous educational institution, Sirius Federal Territory Gymnasium. Creation of this educational establishment, filling it with programs, various tasks, maybe wider aspects. I will speak about the areas related to also the contests. A contest in which we are present here today is an important stage for the development of the quality of the territory. We're similarly happy when opening secondary school of music, now Sirius Federal Territory Gymnasium, because it's bringing together the experience that we have accumulated through our educational model, something we are scaling through our educational methodological centers, and of course the gymnasium will be receiving tested methodologies, will be open for the children of residents of the Sirius Federal Territory, Sirius Innovation Center, the staff of companies opening their offices here, those who are working and would continue working on the implementation of the topics to be developed as part of this contest. It's important. Thus, the gymnasium that will start working here at Sirius Federal Territory beginning 1st September will bring together all the practices and infrastructure opportunities we're opening to children. We had no facility at Sirius Federal Territory that has been transformed post the Olympic Games, post the opening of the territory, but they were accessible to children living and studying here, and the experience that we have at Presidential Lyceum as well as School 38 will be further enlarged here as part of the research also we are doing with university in the environmental research, climate change in this sense. Environmental dimension of a Sirius Gymnasium will be one of the priority dimensions. And we would like to demonstrate a clear example of how very tangible and very necessary tasks are being addressed with the engagement of school children. Of course, supplementary educational programs that all the guests of the Sirius Federal Territory like very much would be there. We are calling them as a smart tourism, individual programs per the interests of children that are coming here for short stays with clearly identified interests. Of course, we do have experience working on develop individual programs, for example, sports people. We have plenty of those that have started doing sports early. They are investing a lot of time on top of the secondary education. So similarly to what we have done with the secondary school of music, we would like to demonstrate here at gymnasium level how supplementary education can be done on top of the general education. And we are looking forward to see the experience that we are now passing to gymnasium, something that tested and appreciated by children and parents of those that are coming into smart tourism, our short-term programs, etc., will be growing, developing, spreading through the associated schools networks of Sirius. This will become a model Sirius school, bringing together a general secondary education, supplementary education, as well as a vocational component. We would like to use this opportunity to share with the jury members about this work that we have been doing, and we are now going to have a new cluster that is bringing together Sirius Research, University, Educational Center for the benefit of school children, in the work with partners from various regions, etc. I'd like to thank all those present here as well as watching this for frequently meeting with the children. We will continue growing this beginning first school year, 1st September. Very happy that our partners are living both calendar as well as in school year cycles. That's nice. Thank you very much. That's, I guess, as part of information and invitation to cooperate with us in this aspect. And now I would like to move on to announcements of the outcomes of this stage of competition, which as part of the interaction with media, jury members could comment. I would request Mrs. Gershelis to comment this. Now let me announce the very first participant that is among the winners is a consortium led by Rakita Public Limited company, bringing together experiences of Russian and Chinese teams, receiving maximum points 9.77, almost like in figure skating. Everybody got 9s. I would be only giving the post point. Speaks about the fact that we were having an intensive expert discussion. We have reached consensus. Second participant is a consortium bringing together colleagues from Russia, China, and South Korea. Imhatep development is here almost practically second, 9.58 points, bringing together a unique set of skills marked by very different jury members. And even our young participants that were invited to attend student schools did find some of their proposals to be quite interesting. The same is true for consortium led by Shurov, ICM Gennady Andreevich, private proprietor. The teams from Russia, Kazakhstan, and Georgia, 9.31. Next is MAP consortium bringing together colleagues from various Russian companies. ЦЕНТР.видео Ecology, Center of Tourism and Ecology, Сила мысли, Power of Thought, and Мастерская архитектурных пространств, Architectural Spaces Leaders. Fifth consortium led by Augor Project, Russian participant ready to work with colleagues from Egypt and China. An identically structured consortium led by KB More, Russian, Chinese, and Egyptian colleagues, receiving 9.05 points. Closing the set of finalists with over 9 total points given by the jury. Quite an intensive cluster of those in the top of the rating. Thank you very much for many months of work. Remote as well as in person, of jury, of experts, all those that have contributed. We are looking forward to see the quality, detailed work outcomes, the second stage, and please continue the work that each consortium has declared the intention to do. Thank you. Let us now start. I believe Helen will say a few words, and then we will move to Q&A. Well, the jury of the first stage has been held today. The first stage is completed. Quite an intensive work between jury members. Discussions. We have received the list of finalists. Congratulations to all those that have contributed. that took part, the finalists, experts, and jury members who were actively engaged in this work of today. Magnificent. Yesterday, we had a preliminary meeting of the expert council. We have shaped a preliminary list and has allowed us to set a direction for various thoughts and discussions of today. On top of this, we would like to add that yesterday we had completion of the school 4 days, the future of the cities. Young participants were looking at filed concepts, assessing them. Grateful to all participants, experts, etc. Quite successful conclusion of the first stage. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Madam Aisha, would like to say a few words.
Yes, it's a great honor to be here today as an international member of jury for the Open International Competition for the Sirius Federal Territory Master Plan Development.
Для меня огромная честь быть сегодня здесь, являясь представителем международной компоненты жюри на открытом международном конкурсе по развитию компонент федеральной территории Sirius.
And allow me first to thank the administration of Sirius Federal Territory and also the organizing committee and the Agency of Strategic Development Center for this opportunity and for their professionalism and hospitality throughout this important journey.
Позвольте, я начну с выражений благодарности как администрации федеральной территории Sirius, организационному комитету всего этого важного процесса, плюс организации, которая помогает в проведении Агентства стратегического развития «ЦЕНТР» за оказанное гостеприимство, за прекрасный процесс, который мы проживаем в рамках этого пути.
Serving as a jury member in this competition is both responsibility and privilege.
Быть членом жюри в этом конкурсе – это и ответственность, и огромная честь.
We were entrusted with the task of evaluating ideas that will shape not just a place, but a vision.
Мы принимали участие в оценке идей, которые сформируют не только место, с которым они будут работать, но и повлияют в целом на видение этого большого проекта.
A vision that merges scientific advancement, architectural excellence, and human-centered urban development into a model for future innovation district.
Проект, который объединит, с одной стороны, передовые достижения научные, с другой стороны, компоненты архитектурные и градостроительные для того, чтобы содействовать будущему развитию этого важного района.
What makes this competition unique is the foundation. The Sirius Federal Territory is not only a legal and territorial innovation in Russia, it's a living ecosystem that born from the legacy of Olympic Games and now repurposed to foster talent, research, and knowledge exchange.
Очень важной компонентой успеха является, и по-английски звучит слово foundation, фонд, который одновременно на английском означает фундамент, потому что это проект, который родился из наследия Олимпийских игр, основанный на важных достижениях, ориентированный в будущее.
This evolution from sport to science, from infrastructure to intellect, is something very deeply inspiring.
Такая трансформация от спорта к учебе, от инфраструктуры к интеллекту глубоко вдохновляет.
What we have seen so far from the participating teams is impressive.
То, чего нам довелось увидеть на текущий момент от команд-участниц, впечатляет.
The diversity of approaches and depth of thinking reinforce the importance of international dialogue in shaping the cities and innovation hubs of tomorrow.
Разнообразный подход и глубина мышления подчеркивает и важность международного диалога, и мышление, ориентированное в будущее, в завтра.
And I do believe that this competition will leave behind more than just winning master plan.
Уверена, по результатам этого конкурса мы получим больше, чем мастер-план «Победитель».
It will set a precedent for how nations can transform opportunity into legacy.
Это станет прецедентом того, каким образом нации способны трансформировать возможность в драгоценное наследие.
And it will remind all of us that architecture and urban planning and their best are acts of service to future generations.
Будет напоминать нам всем, что архитектура и градостроительное планирование, оно служит нам достигать наилучшего возможного в нашем будущем.
Once again, I extend my sincere thanks to the organizers for their vision, for their dedication, and to my fellow jury members for the collaborative spirit that has defined this process.
Хочу в конце еще раз сказать огромное спасибо организаторам за видение, за такое взаимодействие и особенно спасибо всем коллегам по членам жюри за ту атмосферу, в которой мы проработали.
Thank you, and I think we are ready for their questions.
Большое спасибо, наверное, готов к ответу. Вопросам.
Thank you very much. Let's move to questions. If there are any, dear colleagues, please ask. Hello, my name is Елена Kudova, Telegram channel. Adanish. Could you please tell us what was the most difficult part for the competitors?
For the contestants.
I think to bring all our minds, all of us coming from a different experience, and to get 6 top listed wasn't easy.
Для нас, как членов жюри, если говорить, то собраться вместе, потому что мы все имеем очень разный опыт, нам нужно было прийти к общему мнению. Вот эти 6 финалистов даже для нас выбрать было непросто.
At the beginning we started in harmony, but then our voices went very up. Each one of us has his own ideas, and reading of the papers that we've been submitted. But at the end, finally, we managed to come back again to the same vision.
Начинали все очень плавно, достаточно, скажем, с огромным интересом. В какой-то момент мы начали чувствовать свои различия, где-то начали звучать мнения, которые сильно расходятся, читали вновь документы, обсуждали это. В конце концов, как вы видите, завершили также очень гармонично.
Taras Fomchenko from Moscow group of RBK. Could you please tell us, is there understanding of when we will have finalists declared? And within which years are you planning to implement the final outcome of the project? I guess I'll try to respond to this question. The finalists that the jury has selected today will now have to develop their concepts to the level of quite detailed projects. They will have to dive into additional materials. And unfortunately, the date skips me, but they will have to provide us with their final works in November of this year. We are looking forward to see the outcomes by the end of 2025. As for the implementation of this in material life, we are looking forward to expect these ideas to start being implemented in practice quite shortly. As soon as we get the respective projects, we will start in placing these projects into the plans of our territorial development. As for the periods for the implementation, I can't give you the total time frame, but we will start working in 2026. More questions? To Aisha. Hello, my name is Anastasia, local newspaper from Sochi. Could you please tell us whether there was some component that has influenced the jury, each of you, to identify, to bring you together? Maybe some criteria, single thing that was bringing you together. for the decision making?
I would not say a criteria, but I would say the voice of the youth.
Я бы не сказал про критерии, я бы сказал про голос молодежи.
I think our colleagues here in the educational center, they managed to bring the youth as I would say, a team with experience in architecture. I will not say like 20 years of experience, but they are who will be living in Sirius in the coming decade. And their voice is very important. And this was very fascinating to see their input and influencing even our decision.
Я бы сказала, что особую ценность и имели вклад коллег здесь, образовательный центр. Они собрали группу молодых специалистов, подающих надежды, с опытом в архитектуре, ну там не 20 лет, но которые работали над этим. Услышать результаты их обсуждений, услышать их идеи было для нас очень ценным, потому что это те люди, которые будут здесь жить, будут здесь работать, будут формировать вот это будущее, которому посвящен проект.
This is very few places in the world who listen to the youth, and I think this place, one of them.
На планете не так много мест, где голос молодежи так внимательно слушают, и Sirius — это одно из таких мест.
I can add compliment, because this is something very much about us. Look, we had this intensive program, 4 days. I see some of the participant colleagues of the program are here. During those 4 days, colleagues were working with experts, taking part in seminars, lectures. Best experts from around the country were talking to them about the modern challenges in the urban development, building cities. But the idea of this process was to engage into the assessment of the competitive applications, the specialists from various areas. That was not only School of Architects, for IT, for environmental, for, of course, those who are doing urban development, architecture, etc. And this diversity of opinions, their discussion, has given us wonderful results, and as Aisha has said, influenced the outcome of the jury decision of today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no other questions, we can thank our speakers for their time.
Thank you so much. So about the educational program, yes, that's our.
And I think.